Welcome back, and today I'm going to be going over my week of training. I will show you kind of some of my targets from the week and also kind of go through what I did, so stay tuned. So this week I was focused predominantly on sport pistol and particularly rapid fire pistol. I'm really trying to focus on getting my lift consistent and taking consistent shots, and also timing wise, slowing down my timing a little bit. So here's kind of what I did this week. Training, this week I was primarily focused on sport pistol, so I actually haven't done any air this week. I'm going to start incorporating air again next week, but this week really focusing on sport pistol since getting my own sport pistol basically like 2 weeks ago. So here is what I did this week kind of in a nutshell. I ended up basically taking 2 days off this week. Wednesday due to getting my new grip and also just being tired from work. But I did at least get that put on and started to figure out what I needed to do to it to start customizing it. And then Friday I was planning on training, but it was a very long day at work for me and also high temperatures, so I was exhausted. I came home and basically crashed out. So working full time is one of those things where you have to kind of let your body rest when it needs it. It's not like I'm a full-time athlete where it's like I schedule things like this. So Monday I had off, so I did a double on Monday. I had a morning training session between 10 and 12 where I did 13 sets of 5, which is basically a match with a sighting series and then another match on top of it, and then 12 dry fire sets. So I was alternating live fire, dry fire on that that session, and then between 4:30 and 7:30 I did another round where I did 10 live fire sets of 5 and 15 sets of dry fire series. Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30, I did 10 live series and 6 dry series. Like I said, Wednesday was basically off. Thursday, 6 to 8, club practice. So when this club practice, they don't really like me shooting live fire because the rest of the kids are shooting air and they're also coaching them, so they'd rather me not live fire during those days. So I ended up dry firing that whole session where I did 10 sets of 5, or 10 sets for 5 shots, and then extra 2 sets with 8 shots, trying to get that endurance in for that 5th shot, because I'm noticing I'm kind of dying on that last shot. So trying to do sets where it's more than 5 shots so that 5th shot's a good shot. Saturday, I did 1 session on Saturday. I was planning on doing 2. Had to deal with my brother having a flat tire in the morning and it was just a wreck, so ended up not doing a morning session on Saturday. And so just did 1 afternoon session, 3 to 5. Did 19 sets of 5 live fire, which basically is a match with a sighting series plus 2 more matches with no sighting series on top of it. And then I dry fired 3 sets, basically in between matches I dry fired a set. And then Sunday I did 1 afternoon session, 4 to 6, with 13 live fire sets and then 12 dry fire sets, alternating between series of dry fire and live fire. So overall, pretty good week. I got a decent amount of training in. My scores are slowly progressing, getting more 10s. That's really the goal right now, is to shoot more 10s. As I'm shooting more 10s, there's less of the other shots. I did have a couple of series that like started out really well and then didn't finish well. Like I said, that's why I'm kind of adding on the extra dry fire series with more than 5 shots in them to help with that last shot fatigue. But overall, still looking good. I did shoot 2 50s this week, one in a sighting series and then one in a match series. So super pumped about those. It's just like seeing that progression is really nice. And I'm still getting a little bit of match light anxiety. So my dry firing without lights is less mentally stressful for me than dry firing with lights or live fire with lights. For me, it's just like that need to shoot the shot faster than it needs to be. I'm definitely starting to slow down my times, which is good, because I was shooting at like 1.5 seconds to like 2 and 15, and you get a full 3, you actually get like 3.2 or 3.3 seconds to shoot, which is plenty of time, I've discovered, because I was initially like freaking out that it was not enough time. But my times are slowing down. My last few practices were more in the 2.5, some going to 3. I did have a problem on one of my training sessions. I had like 4 late shots in that session. One was like 0.00 late, which means it was like right on the cusp, but still didn't count. And so just trying to find that balance and gain confidence in my lifts, and that's the whole point of focusing on rapid only right now. I have not shot any precision since the qualification match last week, and I'm not planning on shooting any precision until I get really consistent with my rapid. So I expect that to be, you know, a few weeks away before shooting precision. Like I said, I'm going to add some more air back in so I can keep those scores consistent and try to raise those scores up as well. My next match should be PTOs that are here, and then a couple of travel matches in the fall. So thank you for watching. I'm hoping to post one of these once a week to kind of show you how I fit in training while working full-time, not being a full-time athlete, but trying to progress my scores to become competitive. So if you enjoy watching or learn something, please like, subscribe. If you have any video suggestions, please leave them down below. And have a great rest of your night.